Tonight they bring you a live show with one of the senior person in NRA. One can talk about tax, one can talk about most of the work where NRA they do. And you can be part of it because it's not a live show. You can send a message on your Facebook page. They'll give a read to you out there. So with that, continue for listening to continue for locked on and share the live out there. Go to AYV Radio on Facebook or you type www.ayvnews.com. We're on radio. At the same time, we're on television. So wherever you're hearing, welcome. This is a program, The Hot Seat. So welcome, Madam. Welcome, ma.
Thank you. I'm glad for there.
I appreciate we can because sometimes we can only the big people and come because when they talk, they go down more than maybe PR or whatever. So I appreciate talking. Get a lot of problem for get people at night. So for you take that step, then come. It's a kudos and the first show this since I come back. So welcome.
I'm glad for there.
All right. You don't mind if we just tell viewers and listeners a little bit about yourself?
Well, now the first time this was the come on your program, and it's really a delight and a privilege, you know, for come and can share with you viewers them and family them waiting with all they do this year. But before I get into that, I just want to make you viewers them. Then one day we know one day see me or talk to, I don't talk to. Me na Janaba Bangora and na me na the Commissioner General for the National Revenue Authority since December 2023. But before that, I've been the Deputy Commissioner General. AYV 18, and I served in that position for about five and a half or so years. And then in 2023, July, HE CM, fit for move me from Deputy Commissioner General NRA and came me go to Ministry of Finance as Deputy Minister Finance 1. So I've been there for about 4 months, and then I come back home to NRA. Okay. All right. So now you're the lead NRA now, obviously. Yes. Okay. All right. What's NRA about? Well, NRA for now, about this time now, the entire country for really know, and the entire world for know what's in NRA they about. Now we, the government, don't charge for collect couple. On their behalf, whether na couple from businesses them, within the domestic tax department. If you're a businessman, you sell, buy and sell, you make profit. Or if you're a businessman also, where they bring things them come, importers them, na wataki, where na customs, we are one of the many port operators them. Or if you just want to get basic services, if you want to get your passport, you get for come through we. If you want to get your birth certificate, death certificate, if you don't buy land, you want to get your land documents them, or if you just want for basically
even for license
motorcar, anything, any service where you get for pay couple to the government. Now we, the government, don't give you the charge, but not only for raise or collect couple, we also get the responsibility and the charge for provide security as well. Now for that we man them na the border crossings them. And then also not only for security, for make sure they are part of the security, we also they contribute for prevent or do other things we get for those social issues, and I will get into that later. So not just for collect money for the government, but other things them they where they work with other government institutions them for make sure the government go before. So we job not just limit, we all side. All right.
When I can really get the money that in places and they when I put measures in place for make sure all who say NRA for collect money, the money reach NRA than a passport that we are going to people in pockets?
We get the responsibility and we don't put measures, responsibilities and the right for doing, but we're not going to do them by ourselves. Like for example, I talk about the non-tax revenue when I did the services that they come out. We suppose for work and we work with about 28 MDAs them. Now, what thing we they do, not then MDAs them, we just therefore collect the couple and account for them. But we get for collaborate with the MDAs them. Like for example, we go get you passports. not so we they do the passport.
Yeah.
Now the immigration. When an immigration go say, now this person for pay the 10 leons, when I go collect them and account for them and make sure say it gets into the
when I get people at the immigration office.
Yes, every MDA we get somebody in the office.
Okay.
Because now the MDA now they do the order to pay, like for receipts. No, the invoice, if you want for calling that, we they call them order to pay, and then we they collect the money and account from. So at every MDA, 28 of them, we get an NRA staff, 1 or 2, depending on the volume. You get some MDAs, we don't get that many activities, but you get some, we get collect lands. Every day somebody, they buy land, sell land, you know, and things like that.
Yeah.
And then also, I talk about the border crossings when you come to customs. We borders them, we get key borders them, crossing points them, we do, whether on land or sea. Of course, now Wataki, everybody know what.
Yeah.
But if you go between the border between Sierra Leone and Liberia, when a Gendema point, we get staff in there. If you go between Sierra Leone and Guinea, we get staff in there.
Okay.
If you go Pona Kailan, we get staff in there. If you go to Lunge, we get staff them there. So we don't put measures in place, not only na the major ones them, but also the ones them we had to reach. And of course, na then we work with the local communities them and the local authorities them.
Okay.
For just make sure say we work done. So what's in the mandate where governments don't give we?
Yeah.
We they put measures in place, but NRA alone no go able do them. Now for that we they collaborate with all of the other agencies them, including citizens them, for make sure say we work done.
Okay. All right. Now, one of the side that if you talk about NRA, like you mentioned, those customs, where a lot of people in focus there. You can just, take me back the progress report of NRA the collection, because sometimes we go see 1 or 2 years, I think I'll be there and say NRA not collect better, NRA collect better. Why the flip-flop?
Yeah. So every year from 2020, I will just bring you back to the recent year, or even going back to 2018, every year NRA they collect more. Because every year we target the goal.
Okay.
So if I just quickly take you back to 2022, we say the money the copper will collect in 2022 was about 7.1 or 2 billion. Now, if I bring you forward to 2024, we collect about 14.6.
Okay.
We double. Yeah. So every year we collect. Now, certain income, like for example, what I bring in our customs. Wataki na a very special place.
Okay.
Because you get many interests and you get many operators them. And many of the operators them who we work with, we don't get control over. And if of the 21 port users them, NRA or customs na the only institution where they collect money, collect copper for government. Everybody else na business that they do. So we they work with them and we they challenge and get.
Even the port?
Well, ports not they collect money for government. That they collect for themselves.
Okay.
That they collect as a port institution.
All right.
Although not government institution, but they not get the mandate for collect where government tell them say as we they do. So of all the port operators them, now NRA the only person where they collect and account for government money where they gonna consolidated fund.
Okay.
Ports they collect, but not their own operational. But we will collect and give government. So the challenge they way with the fight and struggle and waiting and call. So waiting we don't do over the time, over years. In 2018, we've been get Asikuda plus. When I be like a quasi, you get the automation and you get the manual. But then in 2019, we make sure say we improve and we roll that up. We improve and then we were able to install the world.
Okay.
Now the world within the world, the advantage of getting the Asikuda world, it give you the opportunity and an importer for do them work from any side in the world. And then also going to the world or moving to the world, we come up to within the entire world they do. But when it comes to making sure that the importers then bring in their stuff, make sure say they clear on time, make sure say they pay on time, make sure say it get to the consolidated fund. It takes a lot of effort because we get a lot of other people them. We go through them. But of course, at the end of the day, customs now the final, because if you not pay government money, they come out. So we get a lot of competing interest, but at the end of the day, we did it for make sure say we protect government couple.
Well, I can make sure say, the money we government for collects, it really gets in the customs area there.
Now we function and if we just make sure say the money what we're supposed for collect, because not just for collect, but we get for collect and account for them.
Yeah.
When what I mean by that, We get transit banks them, where they help you for collect the money. So when you go as an importer, you get some other agencies and we get for access. Like for example, we get the scanning. We get a private service provider where they do the scanning and then assess and then give the value. And then it can't to we go decide for say, we go agree for say, okay, we agree with you. Or we say, no, we not agree with you. So we get for do some more work and we can uplift, which means that we get for open the container and assess for we safe, which we know they do all the time, because if we get for do that, that means they no container no go come out. But we rely on the scanning and then evaluation, and then once it comes to we process them, and then there are other fees them where the importer get for pay. But we now the duties them and the GST, ECOWAS levy, etc. Now we collect and then bank them, the transit bank them who I just mentioned, that they collect them for we, and at the end of the day that they pass them give government. And how we know say if they go to the government, at the end of the day we reconcile, and we don't begin for do a robust reconciliation for just make sure say the money get there and it get there on time.
I mean, one time we don't hear a problem about agents handling their security we mentioned about. Some not sabia for inputs and it take time. I mean, how wouldn't the relationship between owner and the agents because of late I've been listening to Salia when one of the head them and they say there was a problem and I not be able to meet, but when I get for meet and still say when I go meet at some point. Wouldn't the relationship? So the relationship now we did regulate the agents them, the clearing and forwarding agents them. And there's an act where they guide we, the 2015 act, where actually me believe say it all, and we get for update them, because a whole lot don't change from 2015. So the relationship we get with the agents them now we regulate them, and every year we get this application process where they go through, and then they come in, they apply, we vet them, we make sure say they get the requisite requirement. You get for get an office, you get for get a computer, we get a Sikuda, because then the input things them. And make sure say you get everything where you need for be an agent for provide the services. Sometimes we know they agree, because like last year where I come back from finance, where I become commissioner, I tell them say I put in some more stringent rules them, especially making sure say we meet the deadline. Because every year we can tell them, say, this is not the cutoff date for make sure, say, all the agents them and the renewal and new applicants them, then submit the application by this time. I can understand the challenges them where they can go through. But me, they tell them, say, make sure, say, once we don't set a deadline, and we have a committee. When I get the data of the agents them? Yes, we get the data of all of the agents them then at Sikuda. But there's a committee, not to NRA no more, they sit down and say, na so for go. We get a committee we comprise of NRA, the clearing and forwarding agents rep, we get the importers association rep, and we get somebody in ports. So it's a comprehensive committee we make sure say every interest, everybody we get for do anything with the ports, whether you're an importer or you're a port person, we are all represented on that committee. So now we all can sit down and say, now so we want for go. What do you make we want for go this way? Because we are anybody we want for be an agent. That's now you bread and butter, Andy. It's just like being a commissioner. I get for take my job very seriously. So if you want for be an agent, now there you family they get in livelihood. So you get for be make sure say you are responsible and you are efficient, you are effective, and you do everything what you need for do on time. So the last kuskas where you been yegi now because of the deadline. I've been very adamant say I know they extend the deadline, because the longer we they extend the deadline, it make things very difficult for we all. But we don't find a middle ground. And we're actually working, we realize even the number of agents them have been too large. Now for all this problem where we can say NRA don't do this, NRA don't do that, many of the agents, I know they say now all of the agents them get issues. But you get very good agents them, but then you get the ones them where they cause problem. So we don't agree amongst we say, make we look into how we go able collapse some of the agencies them into, making sure that we reduce the number. Short and effective. Exactly. So we are working on that. All right. Okay. Again, one of the things we've been hearing of late government EDSA and NRA. So a lot of people they say, I mean, how EDSA go NRA when then they collect, I mean, the money. So how did it happen and what are the outcome with SLRSA?
Yeah, EDSA is a very important institution, as we all know, because even right now we still don't under light. So if EDSA not been there, so until we get for fine light, maybe na palamp go deeper.
Okay.
So EDSA is a very important institution, and we all know say we need electricity not so for only for provide safety in our house, but we get factories then we need electricity, and we need so many other things then we need electricity for. So EDSA is very important. But so we partnership with EDSA is anytime where you go buy you to pop, there is a portion when a GST.
Okay. And
many a times we don't tell from with them during our taxpayer education that the GST where agents them, because anybody where they collect GST on we behalf, now an agent.
Okay.
So you when a GST collecting agent,
like EDSA.
that money they like EDSA, not so you get them, because you they take them from me and you supposed for pass them over to NRA. The issue with EDSA and GST not just begin in 2025. They go way back. So within EDSA they do when you and I go, when you and me go buy top up, they take that with GST instead of pass them over to me. And a boku money. And this year in 2025, the Finance Act say no new taxes.
Okay.
But within we need for do, we get for make sure say we improve compliance. And how we go improve compliance now for make sure say anybody where they take we money, whether as an agent or whether a profit you don't make, you don't pay the right tax, we they go after you.
Okay.
So what thing we do with SIDOM, and we not just grab and go after and lock EDSA. As a tax administration, there are processes. You know, they grab and lock.
Okay.
Locking and sealing of a business now the last action.
All right.
We'll for take. Will they write you letter? First, will they call you and can sit down and talk to you and tell you say, now this you owe. Make we able arrange amongst yourself.
Okay.
Make we make a payment plan. So you go to play small. While they pay small, make sure say you no repeats.
What's a bell on the bell then so?
Well, not a bell. No. Not part of the taxpayer administration. Because in those days, will not be the bell. They call them.
So, Madam Commissioner, why will not get a system where as the me go buy me top up, una for commodity and go straight to
yes, we get down there. We get down there right now. We work with service providers and forget that done. We side we get with GST at source.
Yeah.
But we not reach there yet. So what thing we try for do? We want to make sure say the backlog. We get with backlog first up to December 2024 when a huge amount, and then from January to June, we make sure say we get with money. Whilst we try for work for get our money, they will try for work now. Put a system in place. As you go pay, we get with GST. So this wahala not go happen.
Exactly.
And not only with EDSA, with many other. Now for that we put this ECR machine in place for the businesses. We say where you go, you punch in, you take your money, head money, and then you give me GST. Yeah. And with the businesses, what they do with the machine and they as they report, we they get them now with system.
Okay.
So we EDSA now with sister agency. We don't go one for lock anybody.
We not save no order.
We don't owe the money.
Okay.
Because I don't every day while they sign the check for make we pay EDSA and I give them with GST.
Okay.
I even call me
so
management.
So why no minus for Muslim for pay?
I bring down, they come up to me management team. I say, want to go pull with money.
Exactly.
But the administration of that is a bit cumbersome.
Why?
Because the only thing we supposed for hold and give government now withholding tax. Government not give me that power yet, especially from NRA. The only thing with me NRA are the old from other service providers now withholding.
Okay.
When once done, I file withholding tax and then I pay the money. But GST I not get that system set up yet.
So you not talk to government for make sure say that system they do all this burden no come?
Well, I don't want for make the government I don't want make the government put that system in place just for EDSA.
Well, not only for EDSA, well, for all the other institutions. And because, for example, like in other part of the world, you don't live in other side and way. Before you salary they meet you, then don't take all what's in there for take this.
And we they do that right now, just like where you PAYE, like me PAYE.
Yeah.
By the time the month done before me finance person they pay me tax, me salary, me PAYE don't come.
So talking about them machines and one again at different shops saying. I believe so only when the issue a receipt, the record they go say that person they don't buy and pull GST, you know so?
Yes.
So what's in the case of say the ordinary people they not get the awareness that it's just they go buy no more come on, when I lost.
Yeah. Now for that we they improve and we they make sure say we put on and continue for talk to taxpayers them, anybody citizens. where you go, ask for your GST. Me, I don't so much used to that. Where you go, ask for your GST, because if you don't ask for your GST, very few taxpayers them where I don't see where they voluntarily give you your GST. Majority of them, they give. But they can tell me, say, where they give the person, the customer go say, I don't want time. But you give. But if they not give, you ask.
Exactly.
So our slogan is, if you sell, you give. If you buy, you ask.
But sometimes the business people self need for do that, because then they gain. For example, like in the UK now, where you go buy something, then do you need a receipt? Now then they ask you. You say yes, because if you want to return them or any problem be. So I think that sensitization if for go, even so the people in that then for demand for receipt.
Yes, the sensitization they go on. But again, I'm glad the way you mentioned the US, I mean the UK. The reason why that they happen and we they work on them, because that person, that business person knows say, if you not give in GST, the tax person can, the penalty. Now for that this year in the 2025 Finance Act, we don't increase penalties then for non-compliance, because you know say you they do them, but they don't want to catch you. All within you, we don't they do, you they pay for them. So now the involuntary compliance, we they encourage voluntary compliance, because me believe say we not for penalize.
Institutions they do when they implement that too.
Oh yes, every day. I mean, we get people them where if them they bring every day, they bring receipts come. If they not give me GST, they give to me team and they find them. So we don't begin for really increase with fine rates, and we they see the people that they comply. And once they comply, next time they will think say, I'm not for fall foul of not giving my receipt, because the penalty is heavier than the money what they take. So but our voluntary compliance, making sure that if you not do what you're supposed to do, the law will bet you. So with ETSA, coming back to ETSA, what we do as a sister agency, we don't come at the table, we don't continue the conversation. For just make sure say all the problems and what we don't inherit, make sure say we solve them, the backlog, the current, and then put measures in place, including the system where you just mentioned. We say we will just get with GST at source, because it's a lot of money, and enough fair. Just like with a hound,
and then just one institution.
That's just one institution. But you mentioned SLRSA, but SLRSA not to being GST, because we not get GST relationship. What thing we do, we go audit. You know, every now and then we audit everybody, not only business people that we audit. We also audit we MDAs them, we colleague MDAs them. So we go audit them, and then we realize that they're not being paid in PAYE on time or in full, and then with withholding tax as well.
When I know representatives and for make sure say, like I mentioned, immigration, that when they can pay, it flows straight in.
Well, that is a different, although not MDA, but not a different situation, because with immigration, a service providing, but for SLRSA, now on salaries, just like what you say, where you pay, and they deduct them, just like with the GST, they deduct them, but then nobody pay, just like the withholding, they deduct, but they don't pay. So we go do an audit.
So how long then no owe?
I think about a year, about last year, 1 year, and again, we'll not just grab and go lock the shop, lock the office. We already talk to them from last year. We talk, and then finally, but we don't come back to the table for make sure say not only then pay the backlog, but we put systems in place so that it not go reoccur, because it's not good for them and it's also not good for we.
What do you want a relationship between the councils then? Because if you work with the councils, I think say then steps supposed to help for make sure say the information go help for also collect tax.
Yeah, so we know they really work with councils directly. Although if there's a withholding tax, the only relationship we'll get with councils them if not withholding tax. You know, say councils are local. You know, so like the local tax where they pay on your property and what have you. But we get a collaboration with FCC because a couple of years ago they've been getting this project by, at that time it was FDIC or something like that, the Nana FCDO. You know, so they do this survey for make sure say they identify all of the homes them we're supposed for pay taxes, you know, property tax. So what we do, we work with them for piggyback on that. If they pay property tax and a rental, then we need for get rental income. You know, so we collaborate with them on that. And I think last year, you know, we met with City Council leadership for see how we go work together, not only for property taxes, but then there are other taxes, you know, and, you know, they admire, they were really, they like the way we do with taxpayer sensitization. So we decided to collaborate with them. Although that has not really kicked kicked off, but we work for make sure say how we go make them effective. So we go work with them. But with the councils, them not only withholding tax because they do
all right,
local.
so, okay, Fambol, if you're just tuning, me and Mama Jalo Suli DJ based on this program, The Hot Seat, and our live show, we get the Commissioner for NRA Radio will talk about tax. There is some of the work than they do. We can talk about custom clearing process and tax increase over the area when I've been concerned. But before that, Lord, just watch this video quick. So woman may raise concern, they will cancel the Commissioner for Response to the Stay tuned.
I said they block we, they no allow can talk to minister. We lay down strike. We see that we open our lock shop there. You not go fine. What's now we problem? Now they no more get for solve them. How can be the minister? We got Boku issue. If we put container 440 million, now they go to 200 and something million. Would I go glad for that? City council they pay 500,000 now 4 million. Would I NRA get one tax so they tax every year. Then they can check we pay we money for a year. Down in a Kakama, the machine and then we shop. Why not go down well with because we get people there they go buy in a Guinea. Then they go, then they get that machine. Me go sell 60, then they go sell 40,000. Now to that they buy. We got cry. We not peaceful people there. We not a politician there. We one day will not do anything where they go against government. When one with the lock shop. If the select minister not listen, we they go see the local shop there. Now for the local see the local shop there.
Now you are the top two. When I went to go to the power, don't stand there against me. They get me.
285 million, all the pay water.
They don't vet this year, as they said, it tax them too high. People are not able to pull a container out of Wataki in the name of ITS and NRA. All of the sudden, the thing don't go out of control. The people they say the anger because we don't work the container they stuck in Wataki. We're not able to pull container. So we're not there on protest. We're not there on nothing. We they go tell the minister we mind let Papa government let mother here reform we the business people we not constantly we not Sierra Leoneans there.
It is in of this country. We not engaging them. It's too much for we the custom. We they pay 130 million, 140 million now 240 million for container. We get for pay truck for cow the container up. We get for pay uploading money. The market say oh they go by now auction market sell. Business bad for we say business bad for we. We don't go up with shop sell we sell. City council will be the pay 500. This year so they don't make up for we to 4 million. We not in Gigi no side they want go. We get to picking them. Who for live average living will not get them. The one they when they suffer. Now then they build 5 mansion them. We want to go count the market. We not able to get good living.
Suffer ya. Wataki, on get a 30 million container. Then I carry set up petrol get 85 million. Who saw the pull up? Who not buy direct factory? Who go China? Who they go to EU? Who they go buy to these people? That cheap price that they go buy. 1 yen, 2 yen. How we can pay every money like this? Who not get some ya?
Welcome back. AYV Radio 101.7 FM, AYV TV, channel 33, and online on www.ayvnews.com. This is my program, The Hot Seat. Few messages. Jessica Masako is a leader, is always a leader. My woman king, Ibrahim Jase, go to the main point. Suleiman Kamas, exactly, Madam Commissioner of NRA, said, well, Mohamed McCarthy say, CG Bangwa is an eloquent leader and she's making some gains, though faced with challenges. She indeed an administrator. So, Madam Commissioner, you don't listen to the woman then. What do I take?
So, in fairness, in all fairness to me, the NRA, and the Minister of Trade, I wish we can get an updated video to this, because a lot will happen after this.
Okay.
But just for take listeners and watchers them back, what's me happen with this, just like what I've been telling you, say we get about 21 or so port users them. And NRA Customs now one. So one of we sisters them, where they talk, he mentioned ITS. And I don't mention earlier the scanning. So now ITS the scan.
Okay.
So when the container come, they come through ITS, and ITS gets an agreement, contract agreement between the government of Sierra Leone. So where the container come, they go through them, and they look at them based on what you get on your invoice. And based on what you put there, based on what you scan, that they assess say that this amount. And then when you go to we go decide waiting for due. During COVID, waiting the government been do, we been put measures in place for make things easier on importers them.
Yeah.
And that measure policy be done there for long. So ITS go say na 200. But government at that time is say because we want for make sure say we make things easier on importers then it goes to do ya give them 150. So that they be done there for long. So what's happened was towards the end of last year and then January, because we say we make sure say we implement compliance and make sure say we know they increase taxes, we go back and review all of the COVID related policies and we agree say we reverse them.
Okay.
So what thing we do, we agree say anything where ITS say now this na the amount, 9 we uphold.
Okay.
And that happened to we sisters them. And then we sisters them.
Yeah.
What thing that they do, then there's this practice what they call groupage.
Okay.
We say they all come together.
Forget one container.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So everybody they put their own thing in. So what thing they do, what that thing they came at the time, we say we don't reverse the policy.
Okay.
So the policy bets them. So when they go to Minister of Trade, then come to we all sit down. Even the Chamber of Commerce got involved. We come around the table, we tell them, say, we're not government policy. But when the law don't come back to us, so in the middle of this implementation, we go make sure, say, we consider. We sit down with each and every one of them. We make sure, say, then clear, then container them at the price where they don't do them. And we tell them, say, going forward.
So nothing will go up?
Nothing will go up pandemic at that time. Everything don't change. What's in ITS they say, and now we go by. But at that time, we wanted to make sure that they are whole. So when they come complain and we see to them, to the argument say, well, we continue, they don't already did the what's a key, what this policy had take effect. So we make sure, say, we work with them, we consider them, and then clear them containers them. Now for that, not be ever come back. I just make a point about this groupage. The news come on, we've been published an article, I think either today or yesterday, and there were other news outlets then we talk about them. We catch a container, a groupage container. We come, we go through scanning, and then we come to I think scanning being indicates say there's a something suspicious. So when we come, of course, we uplift them. And when we uplift them, we found bags loads, many bags, duffel bags, of then dry leaf them where then they use for make kush and other chemicals them where they mix together for make kush. Now this came as a result of this groupage. Now if we not be vigilant for make sure say we uplift them, if I don't come inside and part of the social problems what would they talk about. So the groupage and we they work for see how go able really control this groupage, and the woman go tell you say with the groupage the person, because when they bring in there only one person in TIN number and that person in TIN number and they benefit from the taxes. All the other women them where they pay they pay that money there in vain. So when they complain, they don't complain but this groupage, and we they work with the Importers Association and see what's in the app in other places them for see how we go really manage them and control them. So everybody will get something inside that container, they go get the tax rebate or the tax holiday where you supposed to get.
How does it go up when, like you mentioned, just the one TIN number? Like me, I get a TIN number we are the clear. Now me on TIN number than they use. So the one that will not get TIN number we join. How then benefit? So
we get to find out exactly how we go do our best, because right now I really don't know what's not the solution. Because if we get for make sure say everybody
get the TIN number supposed for suffer because I own TIN number, you name the
no enough for suffer, because not to in just get small package inside it, but now in they get all of the tax.
But now you name the man the I call them the delivery order.
Now in they take the risk, you mean? Now they take the bigger risk.
So if I also make sure say, as a responsible person, we don't take the name.
Thank you.
Whatever they inside that container day.
Thank you.
If or no.
Thank you. Thank you. So now for that, but today we catch the container yesterday. The importer, because what thing they do, then get the list of everybody where they inside it. And actually, I'm glad the way you say that, because why be they talk to me, teen? I said, where you they travel? Abroad. And he said, well, they say, are you to carry anything for anybody? You don't think that you back for somebody. Then just want to make sure say you're responsible. Because if anything happen, now you for be held accountable. But again, we not get to that point yet. We'll say we get for make sure say we hold the person we get in TIN number, we attach to the container responsible. So with the group page, we have to make sure, say, we put measures in place, because like what's happened today, if we were not diligent, because it don't go through the scanning, because you get a lot of items in there, it's very difficult to make you pick up. But if the scanning...
Each and every one for come out, it will take time.
Exactly, it will take time.
Yeah.
But we were able to catch it, but as we catch one, I just imagine
how much we don't pass.
Exactly.
Before now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's where the vigilance go continue, the collaboration. If we go see what's happening, all port users them become on board. Port leadership was there, customs leadership was there, the security talk will come. So everybody were able to come together for make sure, say, we are vigilant. But our vigilance, it should not be just one time. We for make sure, say, it happen every day. Because for one container where they catch, God only knows how many containers then they pass. And we don't see how much push don't continue for destroy. We picking them. So we therefore continue for be vigilant, not only at Waterkey, but also the border crossings. Because we don't see how they come to the border crossings. Even at Lunge, we don't see how we catch people them. Now for that, we don't put a new policy in place. You get tapped before you get to the airport. Even before you go into your plane, the plane, they tap you. That came as a result of people them where they tied dogs them. And body, they can go through security doing and that, and then they get it clear. But you get the substance now you hand luggage, or you get somebody
or maybe you swell around.
You don't swell around. We don't see a lot of that. So then get for a rush with the person at hospital, or you get somebody an insider where you work with. As you don't go through security, you can't go to a bathroom, then go tie. So we don't see a lot of that. Now for that, now the last point before you get into the on board, they tap you. But we will continue to be vigilant because, as I mentioned earlier, we not only collect copper, we're vigilant for security and we're vigilant for social. Makes us the social issues.
Just ask again, like what's a key side, which interest on get on people who they pay tax on. But that's I mean, like you mentioned about people in security for make sure say when them pay. And not like who side in they offload the containers there. I'd expect like look get cameras then they.
Yes, we get cameras then they. But you know, say when you walk in an open space, where not to you one grand day. You know how many times we don't repair, we don't restore, replace with cameras then? Because you know, say the person we know make you see what they do. Anytime where you put measures in place. Yeah, even with the reforms then, you know how many times people they decide for bypass the reforms them. So but we go continue, we're not relent. But we get the challenges and what will make them poor. So now for that, I really they beg and talk to everybody. Where it comes to taxation and collection. Now everybody in business, not just NRA. We all responsible. And I get some good citizens them where they see that they call. I get honorables them where they can go buy. They say, CG, we don't go buy or they not give we. So everybody gets a business. Supposed to make sure, say, we participate in tax collection. A
lot of people know say, yes, NRA in a tax when they collect, but you got a good me back, a good way people they pay tax and see the benefits of tax.
Absolutely.
Una can also advise government for say, una put the tax into good use, it can encourage people and for pay?
Well, me, that's not to me mandate that.
Well, you see it. But again, una go advise government.
Right, no, not to me mandate that, but because I've been going to Ministry of Finance for that brief time, I really get for understand, and I was part of that. That for that way, the time come for budget, where they see how governments, they allocate the budget the way they do them. Social protection, make sure say people benefit. The roads them what would they build? The schools, you know, hospitals. So the government with the couple where would they raise? The government they put them back into making sure that the social protection, the social services are really in point, and make sure that within government, within the people they need, then they get them.
All right, thank you very much. So now within NRA then take on the park taxpayers, the names so when we put a list.
When? Because
since the last time we packed do Andy, we know some people are not be happy for leading names and come up the list. So can you tell about that?
Yeah, it was an unfortunate thing. I think this happened about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Where the PAC being published about 100 names them. It was unfortunate, but waiting being a bit
relieving. Collaborate for make sure they don't make mistake.
Now we collaborate better. You know, in the past, no, we'll not be to collaborate like that. You know, but waiting give me the relief and the comfort that then taxpayers then where PAC call, if not 100%, but majority of them being gets them proof of payment, and then want them where PAC being called. Now then want them because again tax arrears. Everybody, even government, get debt. You said, I get that. You know, and when you get debt. If na bank loan you take, now for that you pay over time. But when you pay over time, you get interest. You get late fees, you get interest. So if you're willing for, make sure say you pay your interest, fine. And for that's the people who they can take the loan, then they pay upfront because you get the money. They don't want to go through all of that. So when the year they end, December 31st, like it happened in 2024, we they compile all of the arrears them, all in debts them, liability them. We they submit them to the Accountant General's office. Now that the Accountant General they use now for compile as part of the government financial statements and send them to Auditor General. What did they use now for count auditory? So from between the time where the year they end, so from January 1 till when
November or December,
or even no till the time
middle of the month,
middle of
July.
No, from January to like maybe March or April, because right now we get Auditor Generals them, they audit with previous year. So from that time they end of year till when they come, a lot of the taxpayers that they pay, because we want to make sure say we collect on the arrears. And what thing we do this year, one of the enforcement and compliance what we put in place, that as soon as the year end, we write letters them to all of the ones them we owe. So then begin they come, they pay. So by sending the Auditor General they come for count audit a lot of them don't pay. So that list the way is sent, where
I mean like old list, some name don't go before.
Yeah, some they don't
some
pay.
They already pay.
They don't pay. So now for that way then go, you know, but it not been become an issue. Now for that you not see, it not go out. You know, when they come prove, and then the committee was satisfied that okay they don't pay. But going forward, we are working much, you know, as a team. And what's actually happened this week, if I may say, the Vice President's been gets this committee, this platform, where it being put together, I think in 2021, where include NRA, it includes the PAC chairman, it includes the boss for NPPA, the commissioner for anti-ACC, and then even the Auditor General. So they all been come together, they discuss things, especially the implementation of the audit recommendations, you know, and that was the effort for make sure, say, the ACC, the MCC metrics them, and then all of the indexes them, we able to meet them. So what's in happen, it called that meeting, it don't revive that meeting. We actually meet yesterday. We say we all come together, and so now in that forum or at that platform, we go able to communicate with each other better, you know, and we work accountability amongst ourselves, so we go do things better and move things along better, so we'll communicate a little better. But with the PAC now, NRA, we are working together for just make sure, say, things are done in the best interest of the taxpayer. Because at the end of the day, for me, they call the taxpayers are my customers. And I have to make sure that they are taken care of, they are protected. And then if anything happens, if the law get forbid them, now me own law forbids them.
Quickly, we get about 10 more minutes. But before that, again, I don't know if you go and talk about that. Of late, we hear about this issue about COIDU, about tax and whatever, where you say ACC for investigate them for owner or ACC, what are they get a responsibility for check companies and for pay tax?
Well, I don't really know what's in the ACC the young angle, but for we they work with COIDU, and as far as we record the show, because COIDU, we have been working with COIDU for a long time. As far as we record the show, COIDU has been one of the most compliant taxpayers them. They have not paid our taxes. We send them a letter the other day for just make sure, and we'll continue. And if they not pay with taxes, we could garnish them.
So you know that you get any idea if they don't evade tax or they not pay or they owner?
As far as we don't do an audit of them, and as recent as last year, we do a POI audit. Again, I don't know which angle ACC they come up from. Maybe they have a different.
So what about other mining companies? Because this maybe not an eye opener for other companies.
We have other mining companies. I mean, the major mining companies will get now we get Marapa Mines, you know, iron ore. We get Kinho, Friday.
COIDU,
you know, COIDU. Well, COIDU right now, you know, they didn't care maintenance. But the president actually. Been launched the CTC where they do bauxite now Mafaki on Friday, and then we get small one them. But with the mining companies them, you know, because of the concessions them, you know, many of them then get agreements with the government. So not really they get much from them, because a lot has been given away and things like that. All
right, so go watch the last video about people's opinion on taxes, then we try to wrap up from that point.
Well, really a lot, because NRA who they pay NRA 210. Yes, because they pay NRA in our Taki, they pay NRA in our shop. And 1 grain goods, they pay for them twice. And then they don't want to, we voice not hard to them. You understand? We voice not hard. We they talk, believe me, even this increase, so they increase this BNT. We even close shop, but no watch we save. So we not go sit down, we go for pay, we save we own rentage and we get another thing that we go for do. So we just get for a bite. You don't understand, but we know they go down well with we. One, if you go out to goods, you can plan for cancel them to a reasonable price and then go impose tax in you now Taki. So you say no go get for cancel the price you don't plan. So you get for increase the price. You see, so they make the country economy and they boom.
Tax affect you big time because one like we so we get then give machine for pay GST. Then with the year they done, we get for pay back the NRA tax. Then why the man with the cow the container because we not able to take one portion for take container according to the business. So pass way them flaman and get them programmed and dinner. Can get China, so now they will send money, so now they back, we they put it, load them. So when they come out the tax, they go up now Taki. Now so they have the raise of price. To the time like go them be do with them, I wanna call them China lady them, where them go protest for that. So emonawi, a price away because up till now the price will be the pay before now not so. Because we will go grumble to them, we say we go take load, then say not to we save now the tax 9 bucks per away. And the one who they buy Kora Grochu, they buy Suna China, now the same thing. Now they sell outside. So the price what then they sell. Then they rush because of the not get for pay. Women now go for pay by year shop. So the money back, funny for we. So if you see able to get according to the way I go able to sell say the year done, believe me, pass them the notice to the man who get the shop.
Where the milk see there, what they can buy, we go sell. But the price then is the matter. Where you can at all, you can buy 150, 100,000. Where you go sell, you go say 120. Because where you can buy 130, you say 140. The person they left you for that price there in the can at all because of the 10,000. Because at all, if you can buy 130, you no go able go sell it get 130. Pass it sell like then 140. Some man they say but at all then they sell 130. So they go at all for go buy dinner. In they left you for that 10,000 there. So we will just they talk to the government. May help we for put this price down because the one they back where they count business, where then they go now Taki, the price they up. So then back where they come, then they ace price. So who back where they can buy for go sell with the strain.
The big one them. But for the layman, if you come, what I don't talk additional. If I plan for cancel this to say 150, then you don't go impose tax in him. So maybe say something twice. Wait till I go clear me load.
All right, welcome back. Then are some of the people and we, Madam Commissioner, some people say they pay tax on Wataki, then pay tax back. So now you take in.
So clearly, this business person here. I go without even the details. I go assume say na part of the groupage because the tax where they pay na Wataki, the import GST where they talk about so, where it come file na DTD, it's supposed to get them back. So clearly, it's a groupage, so they really benefit.
Okay.
Because any importer knows say where they pay down under, with the whole kind of advance tax, with the whole for you. Where you come file at the end of the year or at the end of the month, they get them back.
Okay.
But I clearly understand within and they say, the within and for that, these are part of it's like say that they informal sector them. And we really they focus on them for make sure say we educate them, we bring them into the net and see how they go able benefit from the tax system and the tax breaks them where they're supposed to benefit from.
Okay.
But clearly based on within a listening to them, where the woman they say, I go buy Naya, go sell Naya, and then Groupage people, them small informal sector.
What you can say to people who go say a tax they make prices then they go up?
I go say absolutely not. Not to the tax when they come to government. Something that other fees them. Because Wataki, just like what I say, or any other place, not to just tax, you get other charges them. where you bring your container, you pay bolori. And if your container stay too long, you pay.
It's possible to get a one-stop shop now. What's a key?
So we work on that. We work on that. We currently the government.
So then they go cut all the
absolutely,
money and
absolutely.
table,
Not only stop make things easier, but it will even make the pass. You go here, go pay. You go here, go to bank.
Exactly.
So if everything is
and
centralized,
a lot of people not get the understanding that the office NRA in all the offices there.
And not to NRA,
you know?
not to NRA.
Because if it's a one-stop shop, you know,
pay one and then it go.
Simple.
Absolutely.
You pay, then call you go look your container, you take them, you go. But you never go to this table.
You pay one lump sum, and then everybody go take in your. So if like 50,000 you pay, you pay 50,000. So all man go pull in your.
Exactly.
And we they work on that.
You know,
we they work on a single window kind of a system. Yeah. We say now one side normally go pay, and then everybody. And what in they kill. We a lot of what's in they disturb what's in the disadvantage where right now they happen to we importers them that is demortgage because if you container stay there because we don't Ministry of Finance don't put a new policy we say like 5 working days excluding holidays and weekends and I'm glad the ACFA been work very much with they've been push Bolori for make sure say they implement them because that money where they pay in demortgage not to government they can't do it they go to the private company we're not fair. So we they work for make sure say we get that one shop stop, you know, and Ministry of Finance they work on that for bringing a service provider. We go make things a little bit more streamlined. All right. So you go pay one side and then you.
Thank you very much, Madam Commissioner. Tijan says thank you, Mama Jara DJBs for your contribution to society. Suleiman said this is really serious. Papa Bio, the tax is really high at what's a key. Please try to adjust it for the businessmen and women that are bringing containers in the country and cry of our sisters is really touching. For the Dubai, as well said, CG, Suleiman Kamasi, Madam Commissioner, you really know how to talk. You explain issues with well respect to you, Madam Commissioner of NRA. Last one, Musa Kamasi. So when I buy an am I entitled to NRA? What is the minimum amount that if I buy an eligible, I don't know what this driver talk, but again, we'll get much time. Hope so we'll get more time for discuss the issues here. Yeah, and before we close the program, how much you try to fight corruption inside the NRA? Because we in a salon people will not say someone go making you false receipts. I mean, again, Alexina, the real receipt where the person go aware. Why is the money no go to government? So how do you face corruption?
It's very challenging. Yeah, it's very challenging. But me believe say the best way forward for fight corruption, not only at the NRA but any other place, for automate. When you digitize the system, you know, you put them
the money.
Exactly. Yeah. Once you get that person where they touch the money, you know, even if they do one, because say, when we on commission. So the best way, and we don't do that from 2018, and we continue for grow and expand for just make sure say we automate. Automation is the way to go, and it will make sure say not only within the NRA, because you know say the NRA they work with the banks them, and even things are happening in the banks, you know. So we go work for make sure say we continue for automate with systems.
If they go nice because once people see the money, the temptation.
Absolutely.
Once it's like if it's a card, it's I mean you never touch, you never see it, and just the document.
Exactly. And not only within the NRA as well, even the citizens and what they use with service system, make them get used to the automation.
All right.
You know, so it is important that we encourage people them not kind of NRA for paid. Left now you also and pay. Use the banking system and pay online.
Thank you very much, Madam Commissioner. We appreciate Fambul. This is a hot seat, and if you missed part of it, stay tuned on Saturday. We'll bring a repeat of this program. But just go to our AYV Facebook page, then you can watch the show. You find out what people, I mean, if they get complaint inside the way they can lay.
Yes, we offices them na ECOWAS Street, the Wama building. You know, we get our taxpayer services then there. We also get online. We get website. You go on our website. Not only you will get information about but if you want for me complaints, send comments to me. And then anything where you want to know about the NRA. I mean, we get the NRA hour. AYV once a month we talk, and then we get also other outlets them, and I'm available. I can talk on media as many times, and then also get the opportunity for send text messages. You know, but I'm glad for day at today, and you know, I look forward to coming back. All right.
So, family, thank you out there. We'll thank to we cameraman them, to the man at the machine, all the guys who make this program meet you, and to the executive producer. Anthony Navo Jr. Till then, don't forget Mpox Day, Fambul, avoid Shekan, take the preventive measures, people in the die, now you go help yourself. It starts with you. No Shekan, I mean, I let people say whatever about you. Wash your hand, it's all about hygiene, or else you pay the price. Till then, have a good time, God bless you, bye-bye.